All right, guys, welcome to Fumble the Bag, where we talk about sports, but nothing but sports. My name is Josh, and I'll be your host today, and we're joined by Max, Kyle, Chris, and Arvin. We'll get started with the big
Yo,
news.
Hello.
Yo,
hello.
Say hi, everybody. So we'll get started with the big news. NFL wildcard rounds this past weekend. The Packers won, and the Bills beat the Steelers. I'm pretty running on a high. How about you, Pollard?
Um, beautiful. People, all the Steelers fans are talking like, "Don't doubt Pittsburgh." Yeah, dude, I'm gonna doubt Mason Rudolph and the Steelers. Oh my gosh. I mean,
no.
not that they're that bad of a team. It's just, and I don't even think T.J. Watt would have made that big of a difference. It's talking about like, oh, ref, so we didn't have T.J. Watt, but it's not like it was a close game. You guys lost by what, like 14 points, 13 points, something like
I
that.
also remember I also remember the Steelers having some controversy with Mike Tomlin, saying that he might not be the coach, but I heard he's been coming back for the coach for the 2024 season.
He probably will. And there was a talk about a contract, so he probably didn't want to get into contract because it's more than just being for the team. It could be like, he doesn't like want to reveal anything about like how much he wants to get paid until like proper negotiations start. I'm assuming. So
I was just
Yeah,
happy to
it's-
see Dallas lose and the fan base
Oh, yeah.
get pissed.
That
It was
Oh my
great.
God.
fun to watch.
That was all
That was
on
good.
me. The Packers carried. Jordan
Yeah,
Love.
Jordan Love cooked.
He did great.
Him and C.J. Stroud just had such great weekends. They
Two rookies,
demolished the
man.
Browns.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
I'm not
was
gonna
it
lie.
2 or 3 picks that the Browns had?
Too. I mean, Joe Flacco threw a lot of picks regardless. I'm not going to give like too many kudos to the Texans for picking him off. He had that against the Jets too. So, but
Mhm.
good that they took advantage of the picks. I'll give them credit for that.
That's true.
Poor Texans.
you
They're
know
gonna
what,
get they're gonna get their butts whipped by Baltimore now.
You never know. I could see them. It's either going to be a blowout or the Texans could
A
like,
shootout.
barely win it. Yeah, or a shootout. Like honestly, if that happens, C.J. Stroud will get a lot of praise, which he could win MVP next year. The rate he's playing.
True.
That's what I've heard, yeah. Think he's a
One of the
lock
big-
for offensive rookie of the year, or what do you think?
Kind of him or Puka. Honestly, kind of tough. Only because Puka, I feel like broke more records and like he did more
Yeah.
with his rookie season than Stroud did comparatively position wise. So I think Puka and Akua should probably win it. But
Yeah, I
you
think
never know.
Puka
I'm rooting
wins.
for him. I love Puka.
Well, one, because it's not a quarterback, because Puka Nacua is not a quarterback, and the majority of the MVPs are quarterbacks. So it'd be nice to actually have someone that's not a quarterback win the MVP. Plus, the man deserves it. Like you guys
Offensive
said.
rookie of the year
Yeah.
though, for now.
I mean, like you
So
were,
I mean MVP. Yeah.
like you were saying that he broke so many records within his rookie season. So that's something that should be awarded
yeah.
for.
100%. Yeah. No. MVP is kind of a lock. It's Lamar Jackson. I have my thoughts on,
Yeah.
but like, I don't know. I always thought that the MVP of the Ravens was mostly their defense because I feel like with Lamar's stats wise, Lamar this doesn't really look a lot of that impressive. It's how he plays is what looks really good, but that's about it. I don't know. There's debate whether it should have been him or McCaffrey, maybe Tyreek Hill.
No, who do you think wins comeback player?
I think
Okay.
technically just because of the circumstances around it, it's probably going to be DeMar Hamlin because I mean, even though he's playing very limited snaps, the fact that he came back from being dead, I think kind of warrants that. Even if he's not playing all that well, you could argue. If not him, I want Baker Mayfield to win.
Yeah, Baker. I was gonna say
true.
Baker.
Yeah,
Baker
If-
took
I
that.
think Baker's a good choice. He just
Baker-
he's a good choice. I mean, it's kind of just extreme circumstance because he's basically DeMar Hamlin's basically a lock at this point, but
True.
Baker would be nice.
That's interesting.
So what do you guys think about the Philly versus Bucks game? Baker really
was-
cooked.
I mean,
Oh,
337. He's the second quarterback in Bucks history to throw for 300 yards in a game. The first one was Tom Brady, and that's impressive in a playoff game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
That's super impressive.
should we follow up with your quotation, Max, saying are the Eagles frauds?
They are frauds.
Yeah.
They are frauds. They are frauds without Shane Steichen offensively. Defensively, they've still been having struggles, but I think offensively is where they're worse at because their offense just looks predictable. And Jalen Hurts is like really good. He's really athletic and stuff, but I feel like I don't know. He didn't really do a whole lot for his team this year. I feel like Jalen Hurts. He had only some games where I felt like I can give him credit for like how he just kind of came back, but I don't know.
He doesn't seem like a leader either. Like I saw clips of him on the sideline, and he just like kind of just. I remember Dallas Goddard was getting pissed off at him on the sideline or something.
I saw that. Yeah, he was like
and he
calling
just
him out, like
kind of rubbed
MVP.
him off and like kind of just looked at him and just like no
Yeah.
response, dude. I mean, he had like no drive, dude. It's it's just
Yeah, and I mean it's the culture in Philadelphia. I feel like that kind of pushes that. Like, I think they're gonna regress hard. Not even just because of like it's evident. Like they're gonna be impatient, and someone's gonna get fired that shouldn't get fired, or someone's gonna get traded that shouldn't get traded. I think. I mean, if they're willing to move off of, I mean, they're not going to move off of Nick Sirianni because it was released today. Him and Mike McCarthy are going to keep their jobs for the 2024 season. But with the Eagles, I feel like someone's going to get traded that really shouldn't get traded or cut or something like that, or not re-signed, and they're going to regret it, and because they're such in a hurry to do something. Yeah.
Well, Jason Kelsey did retire after the game.
That's going to be a big hit to their offense because the stuff like the tush push, he's kind of like one of the biggest aspects of that.
That's true.
yeah. As soon as the tush push got stopped, he's like, nah.
Yeah.
I'm retired. That's what happened. They stopped the tush push, man.
I've low-key been seeing more like
that's
teams
the
do
point.
the tush push. Like the Bills did the tush push a couple
Yeah,
times.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Josh Allen's
mean,
capable, man.
He's because like Jalen Hurts, they're both strong guys. Like you need to have a strong quarterback to do it. So
That's true. Well, looking into this week's divisional round, I'm going to be honest. I'm kind of nervous. The Packers are going against the 49ers.
We forgot one more game. Really important game that basically fed families. Detroit
Miami
and
Chiefs.
No, the LA the Rams and
We
the
got two
Detroit
games.
game.
The Detroit game, 1-point win lead.
That was a great
That was
game.
that was
a good
nuts, dude.
It was
That was the
nuts.
game I had the $500. Well, the $20 bet to win $500 on, and it was. I mean, I'm so salty I didn't win that, but otherwise, I kind of wish the Rams won. But I'm also low-key happy for the Lions because they haven't won a game in so long.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, if Rams fans, I know you're a Rams fan, right, Chris? Are you a Rams fan,
Yeah.
Kyle? Would you consider
No.
yourself? Or you're not really like a football guy? So
Honestly, I don't have a specific team to be
Oh.
part of their fan base. I'm just someone that enjoys watching the sport, pretty much.
Gotcha. So, but I know, like, I mean, hey, the Rams will be back next year. The only kind of issue is how long can Stafford really be in the league and play pretty well. But I mean,
He's running out of time. I mean, he's getting old,
Yeah.
so we gotta capitalize on that. Especially with Puka now. Like we have Puka. And
I
Kyle
think
Williams,
the Rams should maybe draft like a quarterback and develop him. But that's just me.
But didn't they
we even have
draft
like a good young coach too. Like so.
Yes. Well, Stetson Bennett's not going to be the future of the Rams. I don't like.
He's not good.
He'll be a decent backup for his career, but I don't think he can really get a starting job. Like considering how much like of a game manager he was at Georgia, it's like if he wasn't like stepping up in college games, I can't imagine he'd really do it in NFL games. But that's just me.
That's true. Did you guys see the Eminem video he posted on social media for the game?
He's like he's talking to Stafford. He's like, let us get this one or something like that. It's really.
Weird.
I feel like depending on how much you trust the Bucks to really play in this next round, like it seems like the Lions could really just have like a free entry into the NFC Championship game. But
That is
before we
true.
move on to even the next round, let's also talk about the Chiefs-Dolphins game and how much of a disaster the Dolphins were that game.
They were
Mhm.
bad.
And I know they were missing some pieces, but I feel like
defense was hurt pretty much.
their defense was hurt, but offensively they just underperformed so bad. And it just really you look at it and you think, is Tua really the future of this team? I don't think so, and I'm not even saying that as like a bias thing. A lot of people in the community, the NFL community, agree that I don't think these guys should be a starting quarterback. Well, he could be a starting quarterback, but he's not going to take you to a Super Bowl, let alone win you.
If you have Tyreek Hill, like you kind of should have a strong arm, and Tua doesn't really have a strong arm. So I mean, he's
Yeah.
more of like the running kind, right? So
Yeah. Well, Tua's just more like a short kind of he's really
Short
accurate,
pass.
so he can hit like the medium and like kind of tight window for the he can and throw with anticipation. He has some good aspects about him. It's just he's not really good under pressure. If his rhythm is messed up, he can't improvise. Like that's how some teams are able to just like completely shut down their offense is just by and this was a thing that happened last year. If you're able to just kind of mess with the rhythm of like and like maybe Tyreek Hill, like if you can like kind of make him hesitate a little bit, like you can kind of get a sack on some of those plays. It's just he leaves himself too open or he telegraphs his like throws. I don't know.
I mean, we could probably say
just-
that weather most likely played a factor for them saying,
Yeah.
you know, they're constantly playing in warm weather.
Which I mean, and they would have had to even go in any bit of cold weather, and if they hadn't choked that game in Week 18, it's like they really just screwed themselves. And that game they were playing in Miami, and Tua still played bad too. So it's like I think just Tua can't play against like if a defense is too good and like they know how to like figure out like how to mess up your rhythm, which the Bills were definitely able to do in both times against them, especially in the second half of that second game. Then you're not going to be able to. You're not. They're not. He's not going to be able to get past that for sure.
You think maybe it's like the playoff jitters or something?
Possibly, but also at the same time, everyone else is playing harder. So you, if in the playoffs, you can really kind of see the potential ceiling of people, and if like Tua had some times where he was under the bright lights and he just couldn't show up, and I think this just really drove it home in the playoffs. Like you can't even like step up for your team, and like when you're one and done, like how can you expect it to keep going? You know.
Gotcha.
That's
You guys
But-
hear about the breaking news with Pete Carroll getting fired?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
And then the big
was
one.
he fired or was he just like demoted?
That's a rough one.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Belichick?
The big
Bill
one.
Belichick.
Belichick.
Last 20,
Oh yeah.
20 years of success.
24 seasons, 6 Super Bowl wins, a lot of AFC East championship titles.
As they say, there goes the Patriot dynasty.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
officially
but-
dead.
But now I think Rod Mayo's good. I think he's a good coach for them.
Hopefully, for their sake, they'll be good.
All the players know who he is. Like, I think he'll be able to pick his own staff as well.
So wait, who's gonna be the GM then? If Belichick's not gonna be.
They haven't discussed that.
I think as of right now, like I think they said Elliot Wolf might be doing the player personnel stuff. He might be doing that, but we'll see what happens.
I mean, they've been talking about him going to the Falcons. I've heard the Falcons want to interview
He
him.
did an
and get
interview
as
with
a
them,
coach.
so
Yeah.
He's
Isn't
either
bad to
going.
think about.
He's either going to the Falcon. Yeah, Falcons would be the only choice. I don't think. he
or the
interviewed anyone
Chargers.
else.
Well, I mean, he hasn't interviewed with the Chargers, but he probably will. I doubt he would. Like, why wouldn't he
Yeah.
want
I
to?
heard some like
Well-
Jim Harbaugh to the
Mhm.
Chargers. I heard
No,
that.
Yeah, Jim Harbaugh also
Harbaugh.
interviewed with the Falcons. They interviewed both, so we'll
And the
see.
Falcons, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
I
see
mean-
though.
But like, if you guys are fans or of these particular teams, who would you rather have a head coach, Bill Belichick or Jim Harbaugh? Because there's pros and cons to
Harbaugh.
both. Really,
I
over
think
Bill
Harbaugh-
Belichick?
I think Bill's time is up. I feel like he has nothing. Sure, he wants the Dan Shula.
Don
broken
Shula.
record, but I feel like his time is up. Like he's done what he's done.
But at the same
it's-
time, you got to think of it like this: if you're a team with a lot of talent and you feel like you can make a deep playoff run, why wouldn't you take a coach who has not only he's made the Super Bowl 9 times and he's won it 6, versus someone who only made the Super Bowl once and then coached a lot of college, hasn't coached pros in years. So I don't know. As good of a choice I think Jim Harbaugh would be. He would be the better coach of a team that's like doesn't already have like the friend like a team that really needs like like almost like a rebuild or in the middle of a rebuild or something like that has a direction they can go in. So
I think Bill would be a better
Having a
choice.
fresh start, right? Yeah.
yeah, for sure. I mean, 6 Super Bowl wins means something. So
I mean, the
I was
resume
gonna-
writes
Jim-
itself.
100%.
Sorry, Josh. What were you
And
saying?
also, he was traded. Go ahead.
I'm kind of leaning towards Jim Harbaugh better than Bill Belichick because, to be honest, I feel like the game of how football is played now, the meta has changed. You know, quarterbacks are more aggressive, more mobile. Receivers are like they're throwing deep balls. So I think that's like past Belichick's era, and we kind of have to like look towards the future. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm like kind of
Guess so.
Harbaugh.
that actually does also remind me and think that actually that is kind of a good point. Even though I still think Bill Belichick could be a better choice, I think it just depends on what kind of like things you need fixed. Like I think with the Chargers, it would be better for I think the Chargers would be better for Belichick because they already have like a stab like really good offensive players, and then their defense, as good as it is, it kind of just needs direction. With Bill Belichick, that would work better. And then someone like because Bill Belichick's more defensive minded coach, so if a team that needs better defense, you're going to want that. And the Falcons have a really solid, already talented defense, and I think their offense just needs some work. And I think Harbaugh would be better for them.
Yeah.
That is true.
We'll see what QBs go in the first. QBs are gonna go like the first round, the top QBs.
There's going to be at least 3 taken in the first round.
I think Pecos should go with Daniels. I like him better than Caleb Williams and
True.
Drake May.
True. I mean, he's more explosive. I'll say that. I would argue
Or-
that Jaden Daniels is a bit more explosive. I mean, Caleb Williams has explosive. The thing is about Caleb Williams, though, he's like a genuinely generational talent, and a lot of the things that I've been seeing have been kind of like fake. Like all the stuff against him. Like there was that one where it was like Caleb Williams won't declare for the draft unless it is confirmed the Chicago Bears will trade down from the
That was
first pick.
fake.
That was fake, and it's like I feel like there's a lot of like attack on his character. So it makes you think that I don't think he's as drama or diva-like as the media makes him out to be. I think maybe like he needs to mature a little bit, but not as much as they're making it out to be.
Or my other option is the Patriots get Marvin Harrison and we draft Bo Nix in the second round.
You see, Bo Nix is like good, but
Not
I feel like he's closer to someone like Stetson Bennett than he would be like a really true like starting caliber quarterback in the NFL. I think if they're smart, they're going to start off with a new young quarterback that's like high prospect would be the smartest thing to do. I know Marvin Harrison would be nice, but as long as the Patriots don't trade any picks, they could definitely get some studs in the second round for
I
wide
don't
receiver.
think I don't think they'll trade that first round pick. I don't see it.
No, I doubt it. I don't think they will, but I'm saying like what they should do is maybe just draft a young quarterback and then in the later rounds pick up the receivers there. If they're bad another year, they can draft another because this is a good wide receiver class. But there's who's to say the next year's won't be good?
There's also the Keon Coleman. He's good too.
Yeah, I saw a lot of mock drafts putting on the Bills, but which they might need to do, but they can probably find some like Khalil Shakir for them has really kind of popped off as like a number 2 because Gabriel Davis might leave. There's talks of him; he might not come back. Which honestly, I'm not. I like Gabriel Davis. He's just too inconsistent. Which if Shakir is kind of consistently stepping up more often, I'd rather just keep him and then let Davis walk. But Keon Coleman would also be okay. But yeah.
Well, going on to the NFL divisional rounds, I'm pretty nervous. The Packers are going against the 49ers. You think the curse is going to be broken? The Packers are going to beat the 49ers, or
I
you think
think 49ers are gonna choke.
I think I don't think the 49ers will win the Super Bowl. I think the farthest they can make it is Super Bowl, and then they'll choke because as much as I don't completely dislike Brock Purdy, I just don't think he's going to show up in a game as big as the Super Bowl because he did pretty good in the playoffs, and then he got injured in the AFC Championship game. But I don't know. The AFC is kind of different now. I feel like the AFC is just you got more teams. Like if the Bills and Ravens are still really good, the Texans are looking really good. In the AFC, the only team I'm thinking is looking kind of questionable is the Chiefs, and with another offseason, they'll look really good. So I don't know. 49ers seem like they don't have to face as good a competition than the AFC does, and then once they reach Super Bowl, whatever team can go through all those other AFC teams will 100% win.
Yeah, I can see that. How do you think about the Chiefs and the Bills? That's a pretty good matchup.
That's game of the week right there. That's game of the week.
Bills
right there.
revenge game.
Yeah, they're playing in Highmark Stadium this time. Patrick Mahomes has never played in an opposing team stadium in the playoffs,
I saw that.
the exception of the Super Bowl. Yeah, so that's
surprising.
going to be a shock. Yeah, I don't know. I'm nervous because we barely beat them last time, but we also have only played the Chiefs in their stadiums. It's like I think this time could be different. Plus, the Chiefs' receiving game, except for Rashee Rice, just looks so bleak. Even Travis Kelce isn't looking the same. And
Travis Kelce was really inconsistent.
The Bills'
Yeah,
run game has
exactly.
improved immensely since playing the Chiefs last. Like, because now they had more time with Joe Lombardi, and he has like now they kind of know how this offense can really work. So I think this will be a different game.
That's true. Well,
So,
that game has some history behind it.
Yeah,
Then
it's
we
it's
have the other game,
yeah, the Texans
Ravens
Ravens,
and
which
Ravens. Yeah.
Ravens should win.
Ravens should in theory win, but you never know. Texans look really good. The fact they put all those all those points on the Cleveland Browns, who are like the top defense in the league. You know, the thing is the Ravens offense is good, so I think it could result in like a shootout like scenario, or
Yeah.
it's going to be extremely low scoring. I think it's one of those two.
You can see that. And then we have the Bucks and the Lions.
Yeah, that one's going to be.
I'm rooting
That's
for
some
I'm
interesting
rooting for
games. I don't think
Detroit on
anyone
that
saw
one.
that coming.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Lions as well.
Yeah, but
And-
honestly, if the Bucks won, I'd still be happy for Baker Mayfield because I really like that he's genuinely now like considered a good quarterback. He's in
Good
such a
now.
good system. Yeah, he's actually like he's now like I don't know if he's like number one overall pick good, but he's definitely first round pick good. I mean, it depends how consistently good he could be with the Tampa Bay Bucks. But
The Browns made a mistake letting him go.
yeah, I mean, it just comes to show like how lopsided that 2018 draft is. There was like 5 quarterbacks taken in the first round, and 3 of them are good and currently on starting rosters. One of them is the backup, to a playoff team, but still he's the backup, and then the other one's not even on a team. Josh Rosen, he's not on a team.
Mhm.
Chosen Rosen.
Chosen Rosen, yeah.
Yeah, I remember he was the
Terrible.
talk of the town, the UCLA guy.
Yeah. I remember it was like there's that game with him and Darnold playing against each other, UCLA, USC.
Well, that's a yearly game. That happens every year, but
Yeah, but it's just like that those guys went like that was like the peak of that rivalry, you could argue. Like in recent
That's
times
true.
at least.
fair point. Yeah. Yeah. Did you guys talk about Nick Saban and like retiring?
Not yet. That
Did we
was
talk
that was
about the
another
last- oh, yeah,
crazy
yeah.
drop of the news sort of thing. Cause
Yeah, that was
Saban.
crazy.
3 legendary coaches.
you couldn't. I
Yeah,
don't know. I didn't
that
even
one.
expect that. I mean, maybe because I don't know. Coaches usually do that right when they just have a terrible that they lose their season like not on a good note. They just go. I think it's just time then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he's won 6 natties with them, so it's like, yeah, move on.
And
He
then
won I thought he won 7 with them.
7 or 6.
I mean, yeah. Did he win any with any other team?
I think
I
so.
don't think so.
I think so. I think
Really?
LSU. LSU. He did.
Oh yeah, he did. He did win LSU there.
Oh,
So he
shit.
has 7 total, 6 with Alabama, 1 with LSU.
Let me
so.
double check.
Oh damn.
Because I know he won with
But-
multiple different.
Yeah, 7.
Mhm. But
I know 7
might be
total,
getting-
but like how many did he win with Alabama?
Let me see.
Yes, 6 with Bama.
Oh yeah, okay. So and then I'm
Yeah.
guessing that one was just LSU.
Mhm.
You know, LSU I believe is one of the only schools to have a first overall pick in 3 sports. So it was baseball, it was Paul Skeens, and then basketball was Shaq, and I think was it Ben Simmons? Can you go there too?
Yeah, Ben Simmons. Yeah.
So Ben Simmons and Shaq, and then for football, Joe Burrow. So
Damn. Really? They're the only like school? That's
I
first
think so.
overall?
That three number 1 overall picks in 3 different drafts.
Then I heard.
Well, technically 4 in 3 different drafts. You count Shaq.
Then I heard. For Nick Saban's replacement, it'll be the Washington coach.
Caleb Moore.
Kalen DeBoer.
Kalen
I
DeBoer,
think
yeah.
that's a good. I think that's a good replacement.
And kudos to Kalen DeBoer for kind of just seizing the opportunity because, like, this is like I feel like Washington's going to lose a lot of key pieces that made them really good this year, and I feel like they're not going to even come close to the national championship next year. So he's like, yeah, might as well, go for it and
So-
take this prestigious job of college football.
Because he lost
Well, didn't-
Penix and Polk, right? Because I know Polk
Yeah.
didn't declare for the draft.
And I believe hasn't Penix as well.
Yeah,
I'm not
Penix
sure.
did it.
He will though.
He will.
Definitely will.
He will.
He definitely will. You could, and I could see him going to, like the Seahawks or something.
staying in Washington.
Yeah, one as well. He's like,
That'll
I mean,
be.
who else would really want to take? I mean, I guess maybe someone like the Vikings could take him. The Vikings are
I
definitely
feel
going to
the
be
Rams.
should definitely take a quarterback because Kirk Cousins might, leave the team.
I have a feeling the Rams will take Penix low key. I don't know
That
why.
That would
good
be
pick.
sick.
To learn
That would
under
be
Stafford.
insane. That he would actually thrive in that offense.
I
Well,
mean,
don't the
true.
Rams not have like a
Oh, man.
Rams don't have a first round pick though?
They could. I mean, who knows if Michael Penix will go into the first round? He could definitely go in the second round because he's a bit older. He's like 24, isn't he? I remember he was playing in 2020. So
I mean, imagine he gets picked up by the Rams and he learns under Stafford. That team. will
under
be-
Stafford with McVay as coach with
Uh-huh.
Cooper Kupp. Well, Cooper Kupp might be retired by then because he's kind of getting older too, or he might be on the end of his career. But then Puka Nakua and then
Mhm.
Well,
And,
I feel
was
like
it
for the
Tyrese
Rams, I
Williams?
think they're set. The
Sorry.
Rams' future wide receiver is set. Like they have Puka, they have Tutu.
and Tutu.
Yeah,
Yeah,
some more-
Tutu Atwell had some flashes this season, but Puka Nakua was damn.
Puka, yeah, so they're set.
What's crazy is like going forward, who do you think would be the wide receiver one, Puka or Cooper?
Puka.
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 I mean, it should be Puka. It
Yeah.
was Puka, basically. Kind of Cooper Cup kind of like let the reins go to him. So.
Yeah.
You can't pass
Think
an
about it.
opportunity
It
for a player like that to not get any playing time because that's the goal, to get more playing time, be a starter.
Yeah, I mean, crazy lucky for Puka that Cooper Kupp went on IR at the beginning of the season because then he wouldn't have been able to step. I don't think he would have flashed like. I mean, maybe he would have like I don't know like next year, but I don't know. I think this was his best chance to make something of himself, and he really took advantage of it. And credit to McVay as well. He really knows how to run an offense super well. I mean, that's why they were 10-7 this year. But,
I mean, to have a comeback like
Yeah.
that's great.
yeah,
That's true. They were the underdogs, I would say, for this.
yeah,
season.
100%. And the Bucks, the Rams, and I guess the Bills had really good comebacks. They did too.
Packers.
The Packers had an amazing comeback. A lot of good
Mhm.
comeback teams.
They were like 2-5, like halfway through the season.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, it's looking like we're seeing a third Hall of Fame potential caliber quarterback. Potentially, I don't want to call it early because you never know. It's his first year starting, but I feel like if he can do 3 years where he's playing at this level, he's going to be up there with Rodgers and Favre for sure.
Oh yeah, Jordan
Yeah.
Love's looking like the real deal.
100%.
I think it was that Thanksgiving game. I think that really he was good after that.
Yeah,
Everything.
he hit a really good stride.
That I'm happy he did well, but that hurt me because I had him on fantasy and I didn't play him. For that
Yeah.
Thanksgiving game.
The thing is, first-year quarterbacks are always such a risk in fantasy because they can be good, but they could also be very bad. And then it's better. They're more than likely going to perform their second and third year better.
Anthony Richardson, but Anthony Richardson did perform well when I had him, but then he got injured.
Yeah, only because I think Anthony Richardson, because that whole AFC South, you have Trevor Lawrence, even though he underperformed, he still could be, really good. You have CJ Stroud, Anthony Richardson, and then hopefully Will Levis really works out,
That's true.
That whole division would be full of young, talented quarterbacks would be super entertaining to see. I mean, that's kind of what we had in the AFC East, almost a year or two ago. We thought oh yeah, Zach Wilson's young talent, Mac Jones is young talent, Tua's young talent, and then Josh Allen was still playing really well. So it's we all thought. And then obviously the Jets did their thing. The Patriots kind of fell apart just due to the coordinating issue.
But now we're coming back.
Yeah, now it's a rebuild. I mean, hey, you're still going to get a young, talented quarterback, but the Jets won't. They'll have old Aaron Rodgers.
Well, yeah. Well, kind of changing gears now. Let's
Uh-huh.
talk about the news in the NBA. Have any hot takes in the NBA? I see Kyle.
The Lakers finally won 2 games in a row. I swear, it's
Yeah.
almost as if making the lineup more balanced actually works out. Wow, instead of running 4 power forwards.
Yeah,
God,
they
yeah,
destroyed the
no.
Nets. So.
And they're like,
They're
oh,
playing.
Mhm.
Because they're playing Vando actually. Vando's
yeah.
starting.
They had the same starting lineup as they did when they were in the playoffs last year, where it was you had D'Lo at the 1, Reeves at the 2, Braun at the 3, Vando at the 4, and AD at the 5, which that worked last year. Why wouldn't it work again? And it's they were trying to experiment, I guess.
It was a good team win.
And then you also got people like D'Lo actually like stepping up and playing really well.
Yeah, D'Lo's just got to be consistent, man. Like he's got to keep having these performances in order for us to win. To be honest.
Oh my god.
Like if he's off and it's just not enough offense without AD and LeBron. When
didn't he drop 40 points on Utah?
Yeah.
Who?
No, that's not.
Was that Utah or was that against? Who did he drop 40 points against again? 39. But like,
it was against the Pacers.
who LeBron
like
or
this.
who AD?
No,
D'Lo.
yeah.
Oh, D'Lo.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I remember he dropped 40. I don't remember who though.
Oh, sorry, the Jazz. My bad. He
The
dropped
Jazz, yeah.
No.
Even though they lost that, but it's like, I don't know. And then now Reeves is still like playing really well. Like, it's so dumb that it took Darvin Ham this long. You're like, well, let's just go back to the old way where we're succeeding at that. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, they shouldn't. Yeah, they shouldn't. Like, I don't know if the Lakers need to do anything. To be honest.
No, they got such a good team. Like, I mean, people are saying like the Lakers need to make a move at the deadline, but I'm scared we're gonna lose all of our depth. Like, I'm scared that they're gonna mess something up.
Yeah, we can't really make a big trade without dealing our depth. So
yeah,
that's not the way to go. So.
But I think the media is going to, if we don't make a move, they're going to criticize like Pelinka and like the front office. Like, but I don't think they should make one. I mean, they can do that. They're on the Lakers all the time. Like, they talk about him 24/7 nonstop anyways.
They're gonna talk about him regardless. So it's like,
yeah, true. But they're also all gonna, they're gonna push like, oh, LeBron's not gonna like this. LeGio's not gonna like this.
I mean,
what about Wembanyama's been amazing. Like, God,
bro,
wait. Yeah, you go continue, and then I'll talk about my thing. But
yeah, and he's been on a minutes restriction. He hasn't even been playing to his full capability, and he's still dropping like 30, 12, and like 5 blocks. Like, it's
I think
crazy.
he should win Rookie of the Year easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just hope he keeps playing. Like, I mean, he doesn't get injured, and just
of course,
hopefully he can actually play full minutes and stuff. But that's the only thing setting him back right now. So other than that, he's front runner. No offense, Chet.
What do you guys think of the Raptors right now? Didn't like the Raptors like cook recently?
Yeah, they been making trades.
Scotty Barnes is.
They got Scotty Barnes, and then they traded for R.J. Barrett and quickly from the Knicks. That's actually been working out for them. Like, who'd they get rid of? They got rid of
OG Anunoby.
They just traded Siakam to the Pacers, actually.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say as well.
That's another big trade. Hey, I mean, they're doing pretty good. I mean, they're clearly trying to build around like Scotty Barnes and like quickly Barrett, and it's actually been working out for them. They just blew out a team today, I think.
And then you have the poor Pistons, 4-37.
At least they won a game.
Talk about it.
I saw there was that stat where before the Lakers had won their last two, it was like the Pistons and the Lakers had the same amount of wins, or this one has one more win. It was something like that. It was so stupid. It made me so mad. But I mean, technically they were right. But,
did you guys see the Nuggets versus 76ers game?
I know that like it was good, but I didn't watch it. I was busy.
Denver.
Well, that was a good one. They were, I think Denver was down by 10. They came back. I forgot. Did they win or not?
The Sixers won.
The Sixers won. Didn't Joel Embiid's been popping off lately?
Yeah.
He's been dropping a ton of points.
Yeah.
Popping from the three,
Sixers
dunking
won.
the ball. It's like ridiculous.
Still a free throw merchant, but gets the job done. 15 free throw attempts last game. Holy cow!
Wow.
People have been calling the Lakers free throw merchants too, but
dumb.
Yeah.
Josh, speaking about your
That is-
Clippers,
Joel
did you
Embiid
see your new arena? The progress?
The
No,
Intuit
I
Dome.
heard I heard it's like pretty pristine and it's getting up there into Intuit Dome.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. People were criticizing the big screen, but it's like like if you're up in the nosebleeds, it doesn't cover any of the court. It just covers the other side of the bleachers. So you still see the game. Like
It's just
Yeah.
hard
No,
because
but
it kind of drags. If say the projection was on, it's still would drag your attention away from the court. That's the only thing. Because if you look
Yeah,
at if you
true,
feel like
true, true.
if you feel like it's the rules of thirds, the 1/3 is the court, and then 2/3 is the freaking screen.
yeah, that should make those tickets really cheap then. If you really want to go to a Clipper game.
Hey,
no,
don't disrespect the Clippers.
I
We're
don't
number
know.
4 right now. Okay, we're beating the Lakers.
But I'm saying like
happy about that.
those seats.
Okay.
I'm happy about that.
No,
That's all that matters to me.
Yeah,
Well,
keep that Celtics jersey on. Keep that energy.
Yeah.
It's a Larry Bird supporter jersey, so. I mean,
No,
speaking
but-
of the
no,
Celtics,
they're-
they're the
they're-
only team right now with only 9 losses, only single-digit losses, which is
That's kinda
that's pretty.
crazy.
They're still
crazy.
undefeated at home, by the way. They're 20-0 at home.
Jeez.
Wow.
Yeah, they're
But
definitely
they
the
always
favorites.
they're choking the playoffs anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah. They never show up.
Well,
I'll be.
Kyle, your
I
next
mean, they-
game is against the Nugs.
Hmm?
Your next game, the Celtics are going against the Nuggets this Friday.
Yeah, that's gonna
Oh,
be. Oh, I
nervous
hope
for
they
that?
can.
I'm not a
I hope the
Celtics
Nuggets
fan.
can actually like break the streak.
He's
I'm
not.
not a-
He's been
I'm-
over this. He's not a fan of like a team.
Oh, you're rocking the Celtics jersey.
Well,
Better, you might as well be.
It's
You're
a
not
Larry
Laker hater.
jersey.
it's a Larry Bird jersey.
Yeah, fair point. Larry Bird is
Larry Bird.
Larry Bird.
It's Larry Legend.
Larry Legend. Yeah, Larry Legend.
The man that can't run, can't run very quickly,
But
but he knew how to
He
play.
can shoot.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna
Well, but I heard
go in the
from
corner and shoot this right in your face. What does he do? Goes in the corner, shoots it right in
He
your
does that, and he'll tell you that he's doing it too. That's crazy. He's
Sorry,
I mean,
Arvin.
disrespect.
What are you saying,
Yeah.
Arvin?
I said I heard for this new Clipper stadium, you can't wear opponent gear at the
Oh,
stadium.
yeah,
Just-
it's wrong.
It's
It
dumb.
was on a specific side. It was on a
So
specific.
you
side
can
of
basically
the
it's gonna be
wall,
like
so-
partial blue with a bunch of just black shirts or no like that's how you're gonna know that those are gonna be like I was thinking about this. If they play the Lakers, that's arguably a Lakers home game too. Like I know it's
Pretty
technically a
much.
Lakers home game, but in terms of audience, there's
It's
like you move it just a bit more north, like northwest of the other stadium to Inglewood. It's like you're still getting Laker fans. A lot of the people in LA live in the valley, so they're I don't
But
get
there's no Clippers. There's no Clippers fans.
Except for Josh.
It's been Lakers
Except for
town
Josh,
forever.
like,
That's why.
I know like two. I know one other. No, two other people that are Clippers fans. That's it.
yes.
Well,
Same.
because the Clippers have been terrible since I don't know, ever since the Big Three left. Even before that, they were not. They
They've
were
been-
like the laughing stock of the NBA.
They haven't won anything, so it's like they've been. They should have stayed in San Diego. All the teams that left San Diego should have stayed.
Yeah, I don't
Chargers
see the
should've
problem with
stayed.
San Diego, man.
Yeah, San Diego's nice. It's who wouldn't want to live in San Diego?
They got the Padres, and they're kind of a big market.
The Frauders.
The Frauders.
Padres.
No,
I'd be saying that as Dodger fans.
Yeah.
But wait, to jump back into the football spotlight. We never discussed who is our predictions of who will be in the Super Bowl. Still,
Oh,
we
we
can.
didn't do that.
no, we didn't do that.
Well, you want the realistic or you want my biased?
Well, we could. Do
Yeah,
both.
same here.
We could do bias, and then we could do
Yes.
the realistic of what the reality is.
Okay. My biased one is Packers, and then I want to say possibly maybe be the Ravens.
That'd be pretty good. That'd be pretty cool.
But realistically, I'm thinking maybe the Niners and maybe the want to say that.
Niners, Bills. No, I want my number one is Detroit, Buffalo. That's my number one. That's who I want to play. That would feed families, dude. Two teams that have never won a Super Bowl playing for a Super Bowl would be crazy. Same thing as Texans, but obviously I'm Buffalo first. But Texans and Lions would be good too.
And then your realistic one is
Probably realistically. So if it's Texans, Bills, AFC Championship, I think the Bills go to the Super Bowl. But if it's Ravens, I think the Ravens could probably beat the Bills. I remember the Bills played them like last year when they weren't as good of a team. team, but they struggle. But the Bills have also improved because they have a better offensive corner. I don't know. I think obviously Ravens Niners is like what I want to say just in terms of like realism because those are the two front runners. But
It's the most favorite. Everyone's
yeah.
saying.
But this weekend we'll find out if that really stands because now the number one seeds are playing. So we'll see.
Let's see. Well, I think
I feel
Lamar's gonna cook.
I feel like as a spectator, I probably would want to see maybe Green Bay in Buffalo.
That would be pretty good too.
That would be
pretty
crazy.
good. That would be like
against each other.
yeah, and my brother, but my brother doesn't really watch football anymore, unfortunately. He's more into MMA, but yeah.
I don't know. It's just I feel like after how Jordan Love was playing, and I feel like Baltimore hasn't really played in a long while, so it's like maybe it could be that
they could
time.
soften up.
Yeah, exactly. Like that time, like we talked on one of our episodes, how there was a break, and then they got too much of a break that they got too relaxed and they didn't perform as well as they should have. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, that bye week can screw you over sometimes. It's crazy.
that's why I was thinking maybe Green Bay and Buffalo probably be my, I guess I don't know correctly, dark horse, because like you got Jordan Love that played like just fantastic over Dallas, and then you just got
oh my god,
Buffalo.
he cooked.
Yeah, exactly.
Buffalo. Josh Allen's been playing really well. I mean, he didn't have any turnovers. He had like 3 or 4 total touchdowns, and he had that 50-yard run, which was really cool. And against a pretty good defense in the Steelers, that's their strong point. I mean, even though they didn't have their best defensive player, I still think they performed well enough that even if he was there, I still think they would have won.
And probably the third choice, if anything, probably say like off the bench sort of thing, probably be Detroit and Buffalo, probably.
That'd be cool. Detroit, like the Warriors getting out of the NFC Championship because I think they can definitely beat the Bucks. They're a stronger team, but the funniest one would probably be Houston and Tampa. That would be really funny.
That's probably the least likely.
Yeah,
That's not gonna happen.
it's not gonna happen, but it would be so funny.
It could happen though. It could happen.
It's possible. It's possible.
Any as
know.
Daniel once said, any given Sunday, but in this case, any given Saturday or Sunday.
Or Monday. Well, no, they're only doing Sunday, Monday for the divisional.
No, Saturday.
Sorry, Saturday, Sunday. My bad.
Yeah.
But going back into more back in the basketball news, Josh, your Lady Trojans won over UCLA.
They did?
Yeah.
I saw that.
Dude, that was a battle.
Juju
I was
Watkins
like,
again went off.
Juju ballin'.
I think I was.
Go ahead.
I was talking with Jacob, and I was like, no offense to the women's team, but it's like they were playing at the same time as like the NFL playoffs, so it's like I couldn't even think of that. Like I don't know, like that's what I was just thinking. It was just like, and that's not even just for them. I think even holding NBA games during that time is like you're definitely going to lose viewership because who doesn't want to watch NFL playoffs? That's what all the bettors, everyone's watching that. But
I know, but I don't know the battle for LA the second time within the last I think it was 16 days. It's the last time they played each other, and they came in. USC came in and they were just like. They just took over. Juju just basically took over everything. And UCLA couldn't really bounce back. And from what the coach said in the press conference, they said they didn't do a good scouting report, and it really showed that the scouting report didn't really fall through, or didn't fall to where they needed to perform at a better rate. That's what I meant to say. So, I mean, it was close in the beginning, but I guess one of the players, I think she was playing off the bench. Let me see. I forgot her name. Give me a sec. But it was a good game up to that point, then, because basically Juju just had the ball the entire time.
I finished 31 points or something. I'm trying to look at the game.
It was on Sunday, I think. Yeah.
Where's it, bro? I can't find it.
Let me see. It was Lauren Betts. Normally she pulls 20 points per game. She's the scoring leader, but she only had 10 But she only had like 4 out of 5, and she only played like 28 minutes. But Osborne was just killing that game.
There
But
we go.
let's see. Juju had 32. She had 10 rebounds,
Oh my
8
god.
defensive rebounds, 3
Damn.
assists,
16 free throw
and three
attempts?
and
16
3
for 16?
blocks.
Holy cow.
3 blocks.
Free throw
They
merchant.
don't know how to guard her. They clearly don't know how to guard her, bro. Damn. Joel Embiid? I'm kidding. Yeah.
You know, keeping it within college hoops, you guys want to talk about IU versus Purdue? 87-66, Purdue won.
Soft
Zach
Eddie,
Ed-
as Daniel puts his soft Eddie.
I mean, he had a good
Soft
score.
Eddie.
He had no assists, but 33 points. He had a 33-point double-double, 14 boards. That is insane.
It is.
Maybe he was having
Dude,
an off
and-
night that time. I don't know. That's
What?
like him not playing well against Nebraska.
Yeah, probably. I mean, he's still a good prospect. I mean, he can definitely toughen up. That's something that someone can learn. But looking at IU, unfortunately, Trey Calloway and Mackenzie, I don't know how to pronounce Mokbo? I think that's how you pronounce it. But they were the only ones that scored double digits points wise. And then, they just could not compete with this Indiana team. They got basically blown out. This was really sad. Especially because Purdue in the first quarter had 51, or the first half had 51 points. That's insane.
Almost got to the 66 that IU put up in the whole game.
Yeah, I know.
Wow. That's
Dang, dude.
pretty bad.
Mhm.
But
Well,
I mean, it was in this. Looking at the Purdue, the stats, like their starting lineup really just cooked. They were the ones. I mean, obviously they're going to get the most points. Like you had 3 people with double-digit points: Fletcher Lawyer, Zach Eddy, and Lance Jones. Just filthy.
Yeah.
I know
Dominance in
I know
Purdue.
March is only like a couple months away, but I feel like Purdue's gonna like flop during March Madness.
As they tend to do. You're not wrong for thinking that. You're not wrong for having that concern.
Yeah, they call it
First round
madness
of
for a
the-
reason.
Because there's a majority of them. I'm looking at it now. It's like I feel like they're like a good chunk of these guys are not gonna make it, but then like at least past the second round. Like
Yeah. Who's number 1 in men's basketball right now?
UConn.
UConn. Oh, so the reigning champs.
they won't.
Mhm.
They won't. Yeah, that's true.
Who's the top in each conference? Are they each like? I mean, I guess we'll see. But like,
I mean, looking at the top 25, you got UConn, Purdue, Kansas, North Carolina, Houston, Tennessee, Duke, Kentucky, Baylor,
a lot of the
Memphis,
same names that we
Yeah.
usually see. So.
Wisconsin, Arizona, Auburn, Illinois, Oklahoma, Utah State, Marquette, Creighton, TCU, BYU, Dayton, Ole Miss, Florida Atlantic, Iowa State, and Texas Tech.
Didn't Florida Atlantic make a deep run last year?
I think they did. I think they got within
They did.
like
FAU, they did. I think they made it
like
pretty
this,
for.
The final four, the round of 8, whatever that one was called again.
I know the Final Four. UConn was in there.
Was UConn, SDSU was in there. I know that.
Mhm.
UConn,
Yeah, I
SDSU.
remember.
Gonzaga was.
I think
out.
it was FAU. Yeah, I remember that.
Was it
And
Miami? I think was it?
no,
No, it wasn't Miami. Let me see.
FAU or
Let me see. I could pull it up right now.
Oh, yeah, it was. Hold on. It was so the final was Miami. No, that was a different one. I was looking. Yeah, no, it was. Oh, what? Why does this bracket look so weird?
Final four was SDSU, Florida Atlantic, Miami, UConn.
Oh, it was Miami.
oh,
Yeah,
So I
Miami
did-
wasn't it?
trying to
I thought
deny
I remember
me like
Miami.
that.
They beat number 2 Texas in the Elite Eight.
Mhm.
We'll see if UC Davis makes the March Madness. That'd be great.
Are they D1 basketball?
No, the last time they made it was 2017.
So they are D1 basketball.
They are, yeah.
Oh.
The last time they made it was
There's one
they
team.
they advanced their tournament.
Well, kind of
It'll be
switching our
great.
tracks here a little bit. This
Mhm.
weekend we have UFC 297 taking place. Sean Strickland versus Duplessis.
That's the main
You
card.
wanna- That's the main card event. Do you
I
guys want to make
think
some
I
money?
think Sean Strickland wins. Because I feel like I feel like the Plessy's just not going to show up. What do you think, Josh?
Well, I have Strickland going to win, but I think it's going to be like a really. It's not going to be a quick knockout fight.
Either,
Yeah.
but like I still don't think I think the Plessy's not going to fight as well as like you think. I don't know.
Well, it's been
As
a
he
while
could.
since Duplessis fought, and he's.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, they are the exact same weight, and they do have the same exact reach. But the deciding factor if John Strickland
be
busts out
technique.
that Philly shell,
Yeah.
you know, that Philly shell, that defense is, I don't. But I'm excited to see the featherweight fight. Honestly, Arnold Allen versus Mozarv.
I don't know those guys.
Oof. Well, Mozarv has a perfect
Guy's
record of
17 and 0.
7-0,
Holy cow! Yeah.
and Arnold has 19-2. So I'm kind of
That'll
excited.
be a good one.
And then middleweight, Chris is going to annihilate Mark. But yeah. But also UFC 300 card fights got announced. Got Justin Shadkey versus Max Holloway.
Is that the main card? What is the main card?
That's one of the main cards. Well, they didn't announce all the card fights yet.
Okay.
But they're announcing like one by one. You got some heavy hitters. You
that
got
makes
Charles
sense.
Oliveira versus Armand. Will be pretty good.
Yeah.
But UFC 300, I gotta release more fights for that. But we don't know who the main card is for that yet.
So we'll reveal it in the coming months for sure. When it's in March, right?
It's in April. It's the one that's taking place in the Spear.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully that fight will actually get them out of the rut.
Hopefully, it's UFC 300. That card better be pretty big.
All right. I can't believe I didn't see this, but the Bucks got whooped by the Cavs, 139-95. Sorry to bring it back to basketball, but I just saw that score.
Dude, there's been way too many blowouts in the NBA lately. It's been kind of crazy. I don't know why this is happening, bro. National Blowout Association, for real. But
National Blowout Association.
it's been ruining all my bets, bro. That's all I gotta say.
You
my
guys,
bet's been getting cooked.
You guys and your bets.
I try to bet on basketball. Never doing that again. Only football.
Yeah. The only ones I've won have been my football bets. Pretty much. So
The only one I won big was my football bet. So.
Just football, you can take the crazy bets and they might hit because like crazy stuff happens, especially in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think this is going to be the first time in history for Golden State since Steph Curry got drafted to Golden State that they're not going to make the playoffs?
They're not looking good. Like,
That Steph Curry is like
good.
because they didn't make the playoffs a couple years ago.
Oh,
But talk about with him actually being. Remember they were like the second overall pick. They were a lottery team.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when they picked Wiseman.
I guess.
Oh yeah, no, that's when he broke his hand, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember, but
Hold on. Let me look this up.
while you're looking that up, I just want to give a quick shout out for the Australian Open for tennis. Coco Gauff is number 4. She's only 19 years old. 19 years old, and she's in 4th place out of...
Oh, yeah, the Warriors. It was 2019, 2020. They were 15-50.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
back to the
Australian Open.
the boxing.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, please go ahead. No,
I just want to finish my thought about the Australian Open. Coco Gauff is number 4 out of 150 people, and she's only 19 years old, which is
Yeah, she's still good. I mean, the fact that she's only
Impressive.
19, she got a long career ahead of her. She
She
definitely become a dominant force in tennis.
she just won not too long ago. I
The
forgot.
U.S. Open, right?
Yeah, I believe it's the U.S. Open at 18 years old, and she was the first person to do that since Serena Williams did it back in the 90s when she was only 18.
Insane,
Mhm.
insane.
It's talent. She's got a lot. She's
It's
got
like
a
the
lot going
passing
for
of
her.
the torch, pretty much.
Yes, she does. And plus, I haven't heard anything if Serena actually gave her like a hat tip to Coco about her journey and about everything.
So oh gosh, oh
Everything
no,
all right?
Oh, rip.
Uh-oh.
Chris's internet went out.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
In the
Uh,
arms of an angel.
All
And
right, Chris. Don't worry, buddy.
but
We'll carry on the show without you.
The show must go on.
in the boxing world, we got some interesting news. We had an interesting event. We got the first press conference with Anthony Joshua versus Francis Ngannou. They're going to be fighting soon. I'm very
Dude,
excited for that fight. Oof.
that reminds me of I think there was an interview that Shannon Sharp did with Francis Ngannou, and he was like trying to instigate it. He was like, "You said he could beat you," and then there's like a video of Anthony Joshua saying how he has so much praise and he's very feels honored, pretty much like to fight Francis
Dude.
Ngannou.
I f- as big of an Anthony Joshua fan I am, I really think Francis Ngannou is going to win this fight.
Dude,
It's
if he
gonna be-
almost brought down Tyson Fury and arguably won that, like I think he can probably be Anthony Joshua. No offense to Anthony Joshua, yeah, Tyson Fury is even though Tyson Fury doesn't look it, he's one of the best boxers, in a technical sense.
No, he is. No, you're
Mhm.
absolutely right. Yeah, but plus, it's kind of been a while. Anthony Joshua's kind of been out of the fight game for a little while.
Yeah, I remember you told me about him years ago, and I recently now just keep hearing about him. So
I don't know. You guys have any takes on that fight? Who's going to win? Francis Ngannou or Anthony Joshua?
no.
Me personally,
I
I
think-
don't know, so I'm gonna just I say
Yeah.
whatever you guys decide. I'm just gonna go with that.
Whatever. Let's
I
hope
think-
for a good fight.
I think Ngannou is going to win that. Not like super easily. I think it'll be a fight, but I think Ngannou would win. And I think if he doesn't, I think it could be like a close decision. I think if the judges might lean towards Anthony Joshua because there seems to be the narrative of they really want boxers to win versus like Ngannou is an MMA fighter. So
But Ngannou is a pure.
Is a
when he
strike.
was in MMA, his strikes were
Yeah.
oof,
yeah,
chef's kiss.
he was.
They were-
Yeah, I mean he's known how to box. It's just he uses other stuff. So he's a more dynamic overall fighter. But we'll see.
But that fight's going to be a slugfest.
Yeah,
You know.
that'll be fun.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah. So, we kind of got. So I'll start off. So, we kind of got some interesting controversy today from NBC. Apparently, NBC cut out CJ Stroud's Jesus mentioned from his post game interview, and they edited it. And apparently, people are upset about that because obviously it's religion. People
Yeah.
are gonna be upset no matter what. So, your guys' take on that?
I mean, I get maybe why they might think like people might get annoyed at that or offended, but at the same time, it's like who cares? He's not spreading anything negative. Like,
Mhm.
might as well just keep it in there. I think it was kind of dumb to cut it out because it creates unnecessary controversy. I think him leaving it in, who was really going to get mad enough that the controversy would be bigger than it is right now? You know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah, I can see that.
There-
When you see other speeches, like for example, let's say the Oscars or the Emmys, whenever a person mentions God in their in their speech, no one really bats an eye about it. But since NBC literally made an effort to cut it out, I feel like now it's getting double looked at it. You know what I mean? And I think that's
Yeah.
kind of a mistake on their part. Because,
True.
as you said, nothing wrong was said.
Yeah,
But
100%.
I mean, looking
He
from
didn't tell him
Go ahead.
go ahead. I mean, okay. He didn't tell anyone oh yeah, you should believe in this or that. That's just his religion.
He was just
pretty
basically
much.
just talking about his personal beliefs, and he wasn't even telling it. Yeah, he wasn't even preaching. He was just saying how he feels about it, how his basically he was basically giving a speak at how his religion has basically impacted him, but not in a way where it's like you should follow what I say. I like
Mhm.
That's what he believes in. That's what he believes in at the end of the
Yeah.
day.
100%.
I mean, looking from a news standpoint, I feel like if NBC did that, it kind of makes the network look like they're against the Christianity religion
Yeah.
or the Catholic religion.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
If someone's saying they're praising the Lord, it's like if they take it out, it's like kind of like saying, well, we don't really support that kind of religion, which is not really a good
Mhm.
sign. If that was their intention, it doesn't. That's how it seems to be rubbing off to the public. I mean,
That's true.
I don't have a specific religion, but if per se, if you were to be someone of that religion, I feel like someone would be offended saying like, "Hey, this network does not support our religion."
Yeah.
If he had said like, inshallah or something, or something related to Islam, and they removed that, there would also be if he believed in Islam and he was Muslim, I would say keep it in there all as well. Keep whatever religion. I mean, as long as he's not spreading any negativity or saying anyone should die, I don't see what's wrong with it.
True. And plus, like you gotta also remember, like I don't know if NBC like this is what he's a rookie making it to the playoffs, so it's kind of a big deal for him.
Yeah, like why kind of almost ruin that moment for him? Like leave it out. Let him express himself. Like I get like cutting out something if like someone swears or something like that, but he wasn't swearing at all.
No,
No,
he was
but
not. He was
he
happy.
did say. They showed it on the live TV, but on the social media they cut it out. On the
Yeah,
TV the God
'cause-
part was mentioned, which is
Yeah.
fine. It's just dumb that we mix politics and sports together, but that's another topic.
Yeah,
This is a political issue. I think this is more of like a social issue than it is a political issue. More
I
like
know.
just a criticism of media. So
I don't know. It's like, would
yeah, just
you?
on CNN like that.
I mean,
Oh yeah, continue,
is it
Kyle.
any different? I mean, is it any different than someone saying that at the Oscars, Emmys, Golden
No.
Globes?
No,
It's then it's I don't know why.
it's basically pouring your heart out over winning in a big accomplishment. So winning like an award how's it any different than, like you said, winning like a playoff game?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Yeah,
It's like someone giving a
his
speech.
emotions were running.
Yeah, it's like, especially you say if CJ Stroud, like that's the correct guy, right? If I heard it correctly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mhm.
so say if he
Yeah.
won the Super Bowl and he's on NBC making the big old speech and he mentions the Lord, and it's like, gee, should we add that onto social media or should we take it out? Because knowing social media, they are going to be posting at least a speech on there or an interview about how they feel about winning.
Mhm.
So it's like, you can't really, I don't know. In
If
my
they
opinion, you
can't
shouldn't be
tell-
taking that out. Because like,
Yeah.
say LeBron
Yeah.
said it. If LeBron James actually said, "Oh, I thank the Lord and Savior," then it's like, well, NBC really cut that out because it's LeBron James. No, they'll leave it in because it's LeBron James.
Yeah, and the backlash should be way bigger than,
Mm-hmm.
even though like the backlash is so big with CJ Stroud. It's like they probably think that like, oh, who's gonna care? It's just this rookie.
Exactly.
that's true.
It's that I don't know. Because people will say, because I'm a rookie, that's why I need to make myself known within the league. Then their
Mhm.
level of respect will be much more higher than it would be to someone that's has been in the league for a very long time. Like I don't know, like Aaron Rodgers or something.
Well, Aaron Rodgers is
Okay, that's
different.
kind of a whole different thing because Aaron Rodgers kind of does that, but except he's not very positive about it. Aaron Rodgers speaks his mind, but I mean, if personal criticism, if his opinions aside, it's the way he kind of presents himself. Like he's so much smarter than everyone, which really irks me. You know what I mean?
Well, I was just throwing out a name that I thought it's
Yeah.
been in the league.
But
for
I
a long
mean,
time.
that kind of just reminds me of like just how he's done it, and it's like CJ Stroud is kind of getting. I feel like when you think about it, like he got cut off, his speech on social media, but then Aaron Rodgers can go on Pat McAfee and then just spout like stuff that's like very controversial, and then he'll come and like they'll say he's not allowed on there, then he'll come back like a couple days later. It's like I don't get
That's
that.
true.
It's like, is it because it's Aaron Rodgers and he gets a lot of people viewing and like paying attention? And I don't know. Like I feel like with CJ Stroud, people aren't just going to be watching inherently. They're going to be wanting to. they're only going to want to watch, like, now there's controversy now. More people are kind of have their eyes on it. So it's almost kind of like it's an effort to give them more attention than the media cycle. So.
But is the bad attention, though, for this one?
Yeah, but it's, what they say is there's no such thing as bad publicity, especially if you're big news. Like, who's going to, you think CBS is going to go under because of this? No.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anything could happen, as someone would say. Anything could happen.
True. You never know. It could be like crazy enough for some people, and it might impact something.
But also, speaking another side of football, for the fans that were at the Dolphin and Chiefs game, even though it was extremely cold,
I heard about that.
there were 15 fans that were hospitalized with hypothermia. And
Did someone did a couple people get frostbite or something like that?
it's got to be the ones that were shown on TV, no shirt, no nothing. I'm just like, what are you doing, my guy? I was like, you gotta be.
I bet all of them were Dolphins fans. Would not surprise me if all of them were Dolphins fans because they're not used to this weather.
At that point, you're just asking for it, like.
Yeah, bro. And again, it's like football, and it's like you can only drink so much alcohol before the elements really just get you.
Yeah. Cover up. Negative 32, wear 50 layers.
Okay, but I do have an opinion for you guys. For all the Philadelphia fans, the Cowboy fans, the really big fan bases, like the 49er fans, how much do you think on the videos on social media of people smashing stuff, breaking stuff is real? That I'm very curious.
I mean, it depends on if it's like Cowboys, because Cowboys, a lot of them are people that just kind of like the team because historically they've been winning. Kind of like there's the whole meme where it's like when the Cowboys lost, like Lakers fans are in shambles, where you got to feel bad for Cowboys fans. Alabama, Nick Saban retired, like basically that they're all Alabama, Yankee, Laker, all these like bandwagon fans. So maybe for them, because I mean, I don't know. They're more or less just toxic people. They're not as crazy. They're not like Philadelphia fans or like Buffalo fans where they do like crazy things. Like there's that one video where it's Buffalo Bills where they light a table on fire and they jump on it.
I saw that.
Like at a tailgate. This isn't even like they hadn't even played the game. It's not even like they were celebrating a win. They just jumped on the table because they were playing that day.
Pre-game.
And like I'm a Bills fan, but I mean I don't live in Buffalo, so it's like I can't imagine like just going that. I mean I love the team, but damn, that just seems a little excessive to me.
No, I remember for Bills fans. Remember trying to leave the stadium and we were stuck on the bridge for like a good like 30, 40 minutes. Remember that?
Yeah.
Alex? We were stuck.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's just more like the poor traffic. I don't know if I really say it's Bills fans, but to be fair, it was mostly Bills fans at that game because even though like LA, the Rams have like a decently big fan base here, a lot of LA sports fans aren't Ram fans. A lot of them are like 49er, Raider fans. Some of them are Rams fans, not as much as the other ones.
Yeah, there's a good amount of Green Bay fans out here.
Dude, I mean, and also the fact that, the three of us have different fans of teams and we're all from like the same kind of like general vicinity kind of just really shows how weak their kind of poll is for fans. I know I'm kind of just sending strays to the Rams, but I mean, it's the combination of the Rams having kind of like a weak presence here comparatively, and then the Bills just having such dedicated fans that like that's why stuff like that happens at stadiums like that.
That's true. Oh, we gotta send a benchmark on this podcast for Pollard to break a table.
Yeah.
If the Bills,
that's my dream.
That's your dream.
Yeah. If the Bills win the Super Bowl.
Okay, if the Bills win the Super Bowl, you have to break a table live on the podcast.
I guess so. I mean, we'll have to really plan it, but I honestly like if we do it the right way, I'd be down. I don't want to like actually get hurt, and I also I'm gonna need some alcohol with it.
Well, you can go to the store in the mall and buy you a fake helmet and just paint the Bills logo on there. You could just go.
Yeah. Jump on a table like how they do it.
No, head first.
Go through a table.
Head first.
No, if you watch how they do it, they like pile drive it. Like you should look up like Bills fans. Like they literally call them like table smashers. Like that's the whole like subculture. That and the build-up.
Should put the watch out.
Watch out! Watch out! Watch out! Boom! Right to the table.
If the Packers win the Super Bowl, I do, man. I'll eat a whole platter of cheese.
Are you lactose intolerant?
No, I'm not.
Okay, good. I was about to say.
I mean,
Ooh.
there's a place on McBean and Decorum
there is?
where you can get Murray's cheese, a whole round.
Yeah. It's good. Let's all chip in and buy Josh the $250 like wheel of cheese they got at Murray's, dude.
Cheese.
Bag
I'll
of-
eat a plate of cheese. All it will break a table.
Yeah.
Right,
Well, that's if either of those teams win.
Yeah, that's true.
But
But is there
imagine,
another
like,
Packers
we could
on this
still keep that
podcast?
thought in. We could still keep that thought in about the Bills and the Packers being in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. If that happens, either one of us is gonna have to do the punishment. And the thing is, like, it benefits if we have to do it. At least, like, our team would have won. So it's like as bad, you know.
I'm so glad, like, even though I said the Patriots are in the playoffs, I get to relax.
Yeah,
That's
must
the
be
best
nice, dude. Not stressing, dude. And like the thing is, if you feel like your team missing the playoffs, you get way less crap because you got so much crap through the regular season. But if your team makes and loses in the first round, you get flamed.
We sucked this year. That was such a depressing year.
100%. Yeah.
But Arvin, the good thing is that you get to watch fan bases get pissed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Get to see me and Max getting pissed off. Hopefully,
Yeah.
not.
Yeah. Hopefully, I'm gonna be stressed. Like, no way they're gonna cakewalk these games if the Bills make it through. They're gonna all be it's the playoffs.
What time are the Bills playing?
Like 1 or 2, or they're playing early. They're playing the early slate, which you would think they would switch that
3:30
game to prime
PM.
time.
3:30. All right. Buffalo's the favorite. Wow.
They're at home, that's why. And the Chiefs don't have receivers. They have Rasheed Rice. That's it.
Pacheco. I mean, Isaiah Pacheco might cook.
Maybe the only reason why he might is because Terrell Bernard, I don't think, is playing. But like the Bills know how to really produce linebackers. That Matt Milano. So this year we didn't have Matt Milano and what's his name left. Tremaine Edmonds left for the Bears, and the Bills still had really good linebackers. Terrell Bernard stepped up, and Dorian Williams could step up. You know, we could have some. You still have some dogs. You know, and
That's true.
Taron Johnson breaking out was not something on my Bills bingo card. Him becoming a second team All Pro. He's the only All Pro selection from the Bills this year. So.
Well, yeah, it's still crazy that the Super Bowl's like 3 weeks away. That's crazy.
I know. It's insane.
I'm just nervous, man. Packers and 49ers. Hopefully the curse is broken.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good game too. That's gonna I think that's kind of getting outshined by the Bills Chiefs game, but that's gonna be a good one too for sure.
I have a friend that's a 49ers fan.
And so you got a friend that's a 49ers fan and a friend that's a Packers fan. So
God,
who do you want to
Or
win out of the two of them, Marvin?
Therefore, you got to remember that.
I want the Packers to win because I don't like the 49ers. They don't fit. As long as McCaffrey, my bet hits with McCaffrey, I don't care. I just want the Packers to win.
Let's go, yeah.
Is
Jordan
it because
Love, we're the youngest team in the NFL right now.
Is it because you want the fan bases to be humbled? Is that why, Marvin?
Yeah, I feel like some 49ers fans, they're crazy. They say, oh, Brock Purdy's the next Tom Brady, the next big franchise QB. It's like,
Well,
humble yourself.
my beef with 49ers fans as well is also that they're like that, but also that they only really recently started being like super like attendant of games. Like look at 2015, there was no one showing up to games. They won like 2 games that year. It's like I get like no one wants to watch a bad team, but it's like you can't call yourself the 49er faithful if you aren't even all that faithful for your team unless they're doing well, you know?
That's true. You got to stick them even through the rough of it.
Yeah, 100%. That's so it's like to be a fan. If you really want to support a team, that's what you got to do.
It's true.
I forgot to mention to you fellas, me, Kyle Porte, and Jacob will be in the field this Saturday to witness Bryce James play.
Oh yeah.
Sierra Canyon's playing
Mhm.
Valencia High School.
That'll be fun.
It will be fun.
Really wish I could go. I was planning to go, and then work happened, so I can't go.
No, it's gonna be a fun one because get to report from the sideline and have Kyle be my gladly he's gonna be my photog, so he's gonna help me with the camera stuff, and then you got Jacob is gonna be basically the spectator.
Oh wow!
Jacob got a free ride.
No,
He still has to pay for his ticket.
Mhm.
How much are tickets? Also, out of curiosity.
That I don't know. I checked with the athletic director. He didn't really tell me what the price was. He just said the tickets are going to be at the door. So you guys are more than welcome to join in the field this weekend if you want to go.
All right, fly down.
Let me
I
fly
did a
down
lot
real
of
quick.
reporting back in the day, back in the past episodes with the USC versus UCLA game and everything.
Yeah.
Kings
So
game. I'm with
on-field reporters moving on again.
That's true.
Yeah, it's
All right.
it's my turn to actually be in the field reporting for Fumble the Bag.
Should be fun.
It's gonna be fun. You gotta let us know, especially on the next episode, how it went. And, I mean, you'll have a bunch of footage and stuff, so
Yep, it'll be on my Instagram page. It'll be there recording the highlights.
Follow Kyle Kalamoto News on Instagram.
Yeah.
Shout out Kyle.
Here's the confetti.
I'll do that again.
What the balloons?
Why can't I do this? This isn't fair.
Let me see.
You just gotta shake your
I
hands
can't
this
do
way.
For those who are listening, we are shaking our hands, holding the peace sign to get an effect
Yeah.
on our computer screens. Well,
I don't know.
Should we conclude this episode, guys?
Yeah, I believe that's all the time that we have.
All right, guys. So I'll conclude it out. So thank you guys for listening to this episode of Fumble the Bag, the podcast where we talk about sports and nothing but sports. I was your host for this episode, Josh, and followed by us was Max, Kyle, and Arvin, and we lost Chris halfway through our podcast, but hopefully we'll be able to make sure he's all alive. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching and thank you for listening. All right. Catch you later.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Whew.